Fine. I've seen a couple of requests to talk about this, so fine, I will talk about it. I guess it's entertainment. I guess it's entertaining. It's not going to happen, but the hotel that is nearest to Area 51, that's in that wonderful little alien town, um, and the name of it isn't important. What's important is it's already booked. It's booked for September 20th when this is supposed to happen. And the only thing I could say is for anybody who's going, they're right. They can't stop all of us because it was started as a joke. Now you've got 1.5 million people saying they're attending. You've got 1.1 million people saying they're interested. Now, as somebody who's organized Facebook events before, not everybody who says they're attending will show up. That being said, if it's 1.5 million that are saying they're attending, and even if it's intended as a joke, let's say 10% show up. 150,000 people. This is a disastrous idea. Not only that, but let's get into a little bit of what Groom Lake, which is what the military officially calls what we call Area 51, what it is. So you've got a large airport, you've got an Air Force facility, and almost everything that gets done at Area 51 is below ground. It's all below ground, other than the stuff you see where it's UFOs flying through the sky, where they test aircraft. They've tested aircraft at Groom Lake for decades, and that's part of the reason why you see so many UFO reports, is testing. And I'm gonna come right out and say it. I'm not a big UFO guy. I think, I really am not. I know the whole Roswell thing. I've known the Roswell thing since I was a little kid, and I'm not a Roswell person at all. I think it's a cute story. I think it's a cute idea. I think it's a fun idea, but really, in all honesty, what goes on at Area 51 is just testing from everything that's come out. And the reason I say this is because people who've worked at Area 51 have sued the government over being exposed to chemicals, that made them very sick. In a few cases, they've been fatal. This is what goes on, and I remember. And I'm going to be dating myself here, back on the Phil Donahue show, he had a bunch of people from Area 51 on there that were all dealing with illness as a result of being exposed to, and I want to say it was radioactive materials, and they didn't know at the time. So there's a lot of testing going on there. Some of it would be controversial if we knew what it was. There's a non-disclosure agreement. Even the employees that work there are flown in. They're not allowed to drive in and drive out on their own. I'm sure they're searched on the way in, searched on the way out. And those non-disclosure agreements are really, really ironclad. There is lethal force that is authorized if you pass that certain line in the desert. And people go out and they have, it's the guys in the camo guys and all this. I've watched, okay? And I watch all the, some of these Area 51 shows, and I'm like, oh, it's a light in the sky. It's probably an airplane, or it's an aircraft that they're testing. Okay, look how quick it moves. Okay, so, all right. And again, I put it in the same areas like paranormal investigators. Tonight on Paranormal Investigators, watch as we track a ghost through a house. And I'm thinking, if there's anything really, really amazing that happened on one of these shows, these guys are rich forever and it's on the news. But in general, in most part, it's just a noise somewhere. And there's a cold spot in the room right here. Do you feel that? Yeah, it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit in this entire room. Here it's about 70.5. Ooh, and here I think it's 70. And it's just... There are going to be people who see this event that are going to go. And I'm saying right now, it's a horrible idea. I'm not saying that they're going to kill everybody who passes. But they now have a couple of months to get some kind of a contingency plan in place to arrest every single person who crosses that line. And you won't make it far. And again, the tagline is, they can't stop all of us. Right? Yes, if 2.5 million people showed up and they all stormed Area 51, could the government stop all of them? No. Would you get anywhere? Also no. The best case scenario would be that they're all at the airport standing there and going, okay, so we're on the airstrip. Everything that we would want to see, the whole alien thing, it's all below us. They've locked the whole place up, and now we're all going to get arrested and charged with trespass. And I'm sure that because it's a military installation and it's a top secret military installation, there's some trouble. Even military craft have to have the okay, have to have basically a pass to be allowed to fly over Area 51. Passenger, like regular public jet, no, you cannot go anywhere near Area 51. If you do, you'll get politely told to get out of the airspace, and then likely less politely told to get out of the airspace right after that. They take this pretty seriously. The thing I've always found interesting with this is that the aliens and the autopsy things, I've always thought that the Air Force puts that story forward. So I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I will say this. I think that conspiracy helps because what they do is they put little green men on Area 51, and then people don't ask what's actually going on there. So like I said, the people who were exposed to chemicals, the people who might have been exposed to radiation while they were there and they weren't told beforehand. This is stuff that's interesting, but it gets lost behind all the little green men and all the UFOs people see flying over top of it. So I've always thought that while I'm sure there are a lot of these installations in the United States, I have no doubt in my mind that there are a lot of, and I'm not just gonna say United States, I'm gonna say worldwide, governments do this kind of thing. This is the one that gets targeted, and the little green men storyline helps to keep people off track in terms of what might actually be happening. And I agree that the governments around the world, there's likely stuff that goes on that if we knew, we'd be horrified. I don't think aliens are part of it. I don't. But we'll see in September what happens. So here's my prediction. Nothing happens in September. We get a straggling group of a few hundred people, maybe 1,000. And as soon as they start heading in the direction of Area 51, not even to the border of Area 51, military vehicles, local police, and whatnot are pulling them over and going, "Where are you going? What you doing?" Because to get to Area 51, you have to drive quite a ways out. This is not just, oh, it's right next to Vegas. Oh, it's right next to Reno. Oh, it's right close. No, you have to drive quite a ways. They will see you coming for a while. And they will be able to pull you over and ask what you're doing and where you're going. What's your plans? Where's this caravan of people headed? I don't think so. You guys better turn around. I wouldn't rule against roadblocks. And the Nevada desert is just unforgiving and horrible. It is, from somebody who was in it last summer very briefly, it's September. It's not going to be cold in the desert. It's just awful. And if you're going in at 3 a.m., which is when the event is scheduled, they're still going to see you coming. Because military, they're still going to see you coming. If these guys are ready to fight MiGs and to fight terrorism and to fight all these other things around the globe, they're ready for a bunch of middle-aged people and youngins in campers. That's not going to be a problem for them. So I don't think anything's going to happen, and I honestly think it's a fun thing. I would seriously put interested or going to the event myself if not for the fact that 1.5 million people already have, so it's just jumping on at this point. I'm not going to bother. That number will go up. It'll be in the millions by the time September rolls around. And I will say this, every time the military puts out a warning saying don't you dare, people are going to sign up. It's no different than don't touch this. I said don't touch it, right? And then I had to. And that's kind of what's going on with the event. I don't think anything's going to happen. But it's all over the news, and people are asking me what I think about it. And there you go. Stay away from Groom Lake. If you want to have a good time in Nevada, Vegas is right there. There's Reno. There's anywhere except Groom Lake where there's nothing. Nothing. It's just, it's empty desert. And this is a horrible idea. It's a funny joke, really funny joke, that I think the internet has run with, and now I feel like it's kind of crossed that line, and we'll see how many people actually give it a shot. Let me know what you guys think. How many people do you think actually show up? Does this event actually become anything, or September 20th comes and goes and there's nothing? Let me know what you guys think about this. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video, and hey, don't do it. That's my honest advice. Don't do it.